Hey everybody, it's May 5th and this is my second video, and today I'll be talking about nutrition and showing you little tips on what to eat and what not to eat, and we'll just tap into the word diet. I mean, I hate using that word because it restricts you from having fun with your meals. Anyway, people always ask me how much should I eat. I always tell everybody 5 meals a day is sufficient. You know, if you're like a marathon runner, then you're looking at a little bit more. If you're a bodybuilder, of course, you need more because your muscles need more calories. 5 meals like this. I look at it this way. Okay, you got your breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and then you have your dinner. And if you have a snack after that dinner later on, if you watch a movie at home, sugar-free Jello, air popcorns, yogurt with some wheat germ on top. Something that's very light. But I'll give you tips on what to eat later on in the video or maybe my next video. But let's go back to breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Why? It sets off the whole entire day for you. If you eat a very light breakfast and skip your snacks, you're gonna have a very big dinner, and you don't want that. That's why you're trying to avoid big dinners. You want to have big lunch. Yeah, big lunch. I mean, by the time you go home, you're gonna be burning all those calories down. And when you hit the gym, you're gonna burn all those little extra calories that you ate. And then by that time, the nighttime, your body's already breaking down what it's eaten all day, whatever you have left. Now, if you have nothing to burn, meaning you haven't eaten all day, chances are, I'll tell you this, you're gonna be burning muscle, hard-earned muscle. And this is the trick here. Keep in mind, around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, your body starts breaking down what is eaten throughout the whole entire day. Now, if you interrupt that process with a starchy carb, meaning one of those slow carbs, it's gonna be stored in your body as fat. And then the next day, when you eat your breakfast, all those calories are gonna be still stored. So now, instead of burning those, let's say, hypothetically, 2,000 calories, instead of burning those 2,000 calories that day, your body just held off maybe 1,500, and so the next day you're gonna eat 2,000. Now you have 3,500 calories to burn, which your body will not burn. So now that's when the weights start adding and adding and adding. So you basically want to have 5 meals a day, and you want to have your lightest at nighttime. You have a date or you're going out with your family. Everybody's eating pork ribs or steak, and that's not what you want to eat. You want to. I'll get to that cheating day in a little bit, but you want to have a good meal. Nice. I like to have a grilled chicken Caesar salad. It's filling and it's very, very light, and chances are you'll be hungry in an hour or two after you finish eating that. That's when you have your snack. I always throw in protein shakes. Protein shakes are very important when you're dieting, and because the reason why is because of the fact that if you try to eat 5 meals a day, you'll go broke. So basically, if you get a protein supplement, basically like a nice protein shake, I don't like to endorse products, but I like EAS, and I like Lila Brada is the best because it has flavors. It has banana, it has strawberries, all those kind of flavors, and it doesn't even taste like a protein shake. It tastes like a tropical shake. And I'll give you tips on shakes because I love being creative with my protein shakes. Anyway, I'm going to try to make this video short, but give you enough information so you can go by. In the morning, this is what you want to do, a quick setup of a quick diet. Egg white omelet with bell peppers, tomatoes, and throw in some diced onions. That's your protein source right there. A nice small little packet of the instant oatmeal. That's your starchy carbs. Now, that's it for the morning. Your snack time, people always look for something to eat. Throw in the yogurt, throw in your protein shake at the same time, or blend your yogurt with your protein shake. It's a little heavy, but it's gonna get the job done. Lunchtime, have a nice baked potato, rice. You have your starchy carbs right in the morning. Have your steak, have your grilled chicken, have your breaded chicken. Yeah, breaded chicken. That's gonna curb your cravings away. After that, later on, around 3 o'clock, I'm talking about 3 o'clock ish, You have your protein shake. And then, you know, by 5 o'clock, if you have a 9 to 5 job, you'll be getting out of 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock. You go home, change, go to the gym, work out really hard, and prepare that nice last meal, which it could be a tuna salad, meaning like a tuna with romaine lettuce. Not a tuna salad, meaning like dumped in like a bucket of mayonnaise. No, 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 no. You want to do is have a nice Caesar grilled chicken Caesar salad, which is really great and very light. And during the whole entire day, you're basically drinking water every sip of the way. Meaning, like if you have if you have a tough time drinking water, like at first I had a tough time drinking water because I like juice and I like flavored water, and it took me time to get used to it. So I buy a small 16 ounce, work my way up to 20 ounce, work my way up to a liter, work my way up to a gallon. I drink a gallon of water a day. And don't forget your supplements, you know, your multivitamins, minerals, antioxidants. You know, those you can get at GNC or any vitamin shop store, depending on how much they cost as well. But those are little small tips I'm going to give you right now. And I already just set up a nice little plan right there for you. Like again, you want to make sure you have 5 meals. And your snacks could be your protein shakes. Those are considered meals because of the fact that the calories are there. Now, how much calories you're gonna have? Alright, this is the tricky part. I'm not gonna sit here and calculate everything for you, but this is the tricky way to do it. You add a 0 at how much you weigh. I weigh right now 186, so I'm gonna have a 0 at the end, so I'll have 1,870 calories a day. It seems like a lot, believe me, it does seem like a lot. But if I was doing let me give you an example. I was doing a competition, and I was eating 10 to 11 times a day. You think I'll be gaining a lot of weight and gaining fat? No, I was burning fat because of the fact that I was eating the right meals, and all those meals equal totally. You know how much? 1,920 calories. That's 1,920 calories I was actually eating only. But anyway, I'm gonna make this video cut off right here in a few seconds because I don't want to keep dragging on diet. But I'm gonna give you a little more tips as the videos goes on. I'm going to give you more tips on dieting, at the same time more tips on training. But today, as I said, it's going to be a little bit more just nutrition, and I hope everybody gets a little information from this and writes it down. Remember, add a 0 at how much you weigh, and that's how many calories you're going to have a day. At the same time, you know, you figure out how many meals you're going to have, and you divide that into how many meals you have. Let's say it's 2,000 calories, and you divide into 5 meals. How much is that? I fail at math, so you do the math. So if you have 4 meals, how many calories is that per meal? And you have 3 meals, how many calories are that throughout the day? It's the more meals you have, the better you're off eating smaller meals and less calories. But you know, the least amount you eat, that means in that if you eat 3 times a day, each meal has to be really heavy. And what's that's gonna do? Add weight. So that's why 5 meals divided into how many calories, how much you weigh, and add a 0 at the end of how much you weigh, and that's how much you divide it into how many meals you have. So there you go. That's your first tip of the day, and I hope everybody learns from it. And again, I'm sorry for making this video long. I didn't really want to make this long video. I want to make it down to 5 minutes per video. But there's so much information I have, and my mind is just spinning at the same time. So as I keep talking, more information keeps going to my mind. That's why I'm trying to give you more and more information. Anyway, let me go now. And again, this is my name is Johnny Quest, and you have information and any questions, just give me a comment or email me, and I'm glad to answer all your questions. Again, good luck, and I'll talk to you guys later.